Hey guys, it's Jessica. Thank you so much for joining me on my self-care Sunday video. Okay, so I'll just start with what I believe self-care is. Okay, so I took a class the last couple semesters, and I'm in the human services department, and the one thing that keeps on coming to my mind when I think of self-care is, you know, when you finally get that job, when you're finally set in your way with, you know, life, you have to stop and you have to smell the roses. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to be negative. You know, life isn't going to be great. So when I say stop and smell the roses, that means a lot of things. You know, it's mental, physical, and I really feel that, you know, as long as we develop our own system, things will be okay. So I'm just gonna share some of my personal things that I do for self-care. I like to keep the weekend for my time. Saturday is more like a fun day. Sunday is more of, you know, I go to church, you know, in my home. I sometimes go to church, in an actual church, and then sometimes I watch football during the season. That's my Sunday. For me, it's all about organization. You know, the whole week could be so messy. It could be unorganized. It could be, you know, you got your kids, you got schedules with school, everybody's schools, everybody's after school programs, sports. You just got the whole list, you know, and all of a sudden by the end of the week, your house is a wreck. You know, no laundry is done, you know, all the food's, you know, out of the fridge. Everybody's hanging on by a thread. So Sundays would be a perfect time to organize, to do the laundry, to do the house cleaning. I definitely feel like it's a great time to, you know, read a book, you know, during, you know, maybe when the laundry is going, you sit down and you read one of your favorite books. I'm actually into a couple of really great books types. My genre is thrillers and murder mysteries, like true crime. I know I'm kind of sick like that. I don't know why. I do like how-tos, you know, maybe some autobiographies, but, you know, I like to switch it up a little bit. So that's just kind of like my time to stimulate my mind. And, you know, throughout the week, you know, we got work, we got school, we got kids, you know, and it's pretty much a repetitive thing day to day, Monday through Friday. So the weekend's a good time to, you know, be a little bit about me. So I really encourage you guys to find that one thing that you guys really love to do, even if it's watching YouTube videos. You could enjoy, I'm guilty of it myself. You know, I've watched so many videos, I've met so many amazing people. You know, it's just, whatever it is, watching a movie. You know, I love to make my kids, you know, sit down and watch a movie with me, you know, even though it might not be something I agree with. We're at least together and we're at least having fun. Okay, so one thing that I do feel like is really important to kind of get out there is routine. You know, I keep a planner. This little planner I've already shown you guys before. It says grace upon grace, and that's John 1:16. You know, before I get into this, I'm never going to push religion on you guys because I don't feel like that's right. I feel, you know, people will get upset. They'll feel like, you know, my way is the right way, your way is the wrong way. I don't feel like that at all. But I would like to share a little bit of things that I believe in, because I feel like it's interesting to meet people and who they are, and, you know, that's a part of me. So, okay. So for example, this is the month of July, and this is what July looks like for me. Towards the end, it's a little better, but the beginning was a little nuts. Okay, so I feel like being organized, you know, putting up a chore list for your kids, cleaning, laundry, getting all the clothes done, get your shopping done on Sundays, you know, or Saturdays even. It's just a good thing to kind of re-up for the week. An important thing to me is enjoying your family. Okay, so for example, my son Nick, he's going to be a junior in high school. He has his own little set of friends he hangs out with all the time. He plays Fortnite. He's a good kid. I do feel like I get after him a lot during the week. You know, Nick do this, Nick do that, Nick take out the trash. I'm constantly on him. So I feel like it's important for me to take that time at least once a week. I know that's it's more than that, but to take that time and to hang out with him and see where he's at and to laugh with him and give him a hug, you know, tell him I love him. And you know, teenagers don't really like that, you know, affection, especially talking. I can do it all I want all day. So, you know, just taking that time to spend time with your family or to call your parents. You know, I just got through talking with my dad. He lives down in South Dakota, and you know, just taking that time to just catch up, and you know, it feels really good to just, you know, enjoy your family. Another one that I feel is very important for self-care is to pamper yourself. So, you know, taking a bath, you know, put some Epsom salt in it, shave your legs, do your eyebrows. Just little things like that, you know, that we can kind of get lost in during the week. Okay, another thing too is masks. You know, I usually don't do masks during the week, but I definitely will take some time on the weekend to just, you know, slap one on and, you know, kind of rejuvenate the skin a little bit, wake up the cells, get things going. So, you know, one question I have for you guys is what you guys feel R&R is, you know, rest and recovery. So to me, R&R is, when I worked on the slope, that's an oil field up in northern Alaska. R&R would be for me to work 2 or 3 weeks straight and then have a week or two off. During that time, I would sleep, I would eat, I would go out and pay the bills, you know, so that was like the rest and recovery, basically doing nothing and just having downtime. So now that I don't work on the slope and now that my life's a little bit different, I'm trying to think of R&R time, and I believe that it would be to be sitting out on the porch watching the people float by on their little floaters. I know it happens a lot more than you think. Just to be outside and to have that fresh air and to enjoy the kids and let the dogs run around. That's one of the best things ever to do, is just let the dogs run free. My dog Kira, she's like a deer. She runs around literally like a deer. I feel like I have a wild deer living in my house. Okay, so yeah, I would like to know what you guys feel, what you think R&R means in your life, because I would really like to know. Okay, so a huge part of this series, I believe, is going to be taking care of yourself. So for me personally, I'm gonna start keeping a journal. You know, I'm not gonna keep it throughout the week. I'm just gonna write on it on every Sunday, or maybe even the night before, so maybe Saturday night. I'm just gonna keep a little, you know, even if it's a paragraph, a little tiny journal, and just reflect on everything that I have been, you know, worried about during the week. You know, this last week we've had a suicide at our university, and it's super sad. I didn't know the person. Sorry. Sorry about that. So I didn't know the person, but I definitely feel for their family. So I would definitely write something, you know, in the journal about that. Another important area is forgiveness. You know, you guys know who they are. They know who they are, you know, so instead of, you know, acting out in a bad way or acting, you know, with a lot of aggression and hate, you could just write something down on a piece of paper and throw it away, you know, and the more that you do that, you know, one day you might find that, hey, you know, you have forgiven this person and you can actually reach out or maybe just leave it be. But that's a huge one to me. I want to work on my relationships. They are important to me. Even though something happened, somebody did me wrong, or, you know, things suck, you know. It sucks when you do have a falling out with somebody, especially somebody that you loved. But I feel like if you don't take care of it, it could definitely make you have resentments, and it's just a dark area, and it can hold your heart down. So I just really encourage you guys to, you know, do that. when I do my journal, I am going to write down a few things, you know, for forgiveness, you know, because there are a few things that I've been working on for many, many years. And yeah, so that's a huge one, you guys. Just take a look at that, because you may not even realize that you're holding that resentment, and, you know, maybe that'll help, you know, free you a little bit. Okay, so the last part that I wanted to talk to you guys was, you know, a healthier lifestyle. Okay, so, you know, I am overweight. You know, I do drink a lot of water. I try to eat healthy. One thing that I do know that I could do is, you know, eat healthier food but exercise. I want to learn how to do yoga, and, you know, even going for a walk, you know, just try and do something, even if it's not every single day of the week. On that weekend when you got some free time, or even at nighttime after dinner, take your kids out and your husband out, or your girlfriend, or whoever. You take your mother out, go for a little short walk. You know, I think it's important to kind of get the blood moving. And I remember there was a time back in my young days where I did work out on a regular basis, and I just remember feeling really amazing. So I'm definitely going to start doing that, and I might start with just walking on a treadmill and maybe just start doing really great stretches in the morning. But I am going to get at least that started, and next week I'll let you guys know how I'm doing with that. Okay, you guys, listen, I love you guys so much. I am sorry if I got emotional. I did not expect to get emotional at all, but, you know, suicide it's nothing to mess around with, and to me it's so sad that somebody feels that that's their only option in life, and it isn't, you know. So it's something that we have to talk about, and I didn't know I was going to be this emotional, but it is my community, and I love Fairbanks very much. So I love you guys so much, and if you guys have any questions for me, my Instagram will be down there, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.